My friends, listen on as I recount the epic tale of Jason, King Aeson's son of Iolcus, and his heroic organization of the expedition to retrieve the Golden Fleece with the aid of EmbarQ. Our tale begins with Jason, the true heir of Iolcus Thessaly, attempting to claim the throne from the power-greedy Pelias. Although the throne was Jason's birthright, Pelias refused to surrender it unless Jason could successfully retrieve the fabled Golden Fleece from Colchis. This was no small feat, as the fleece was guarded by a fearsome dragon that never slept. Both strong and wise, Jason knew that he could not complete the task alone. So before embarking on his voyage, he sought help from ancient Greece's most famous heroes. It was no surprise that the first hero he messaged was the mighty Hercules. His message arrived as Hercules, bored between his labors, walked his hound Cerberus. With little else to do, Hercules swiftly replied with a ne, which means yes in Greek. Meanwhile, Orpheus daydreamed of launching a great singing contest. He wanted everyone to know that he was the creme de la creme. For presently, it was only him who knew it, and that made him sad. Upon receiving Jason's message, inviting him to join the expedition, he exclaimed, "Great idea! What a perfect opportunity to promote my singing contest!" Jason's third message was sent to Asclepius. Much to our relief, the young Asclepius was cleaning his tunic at his pharmaceutical laboratory and growing weary of mixing compounds in retorts and mortars. Asclepius instantly agreed, kicking a cypress copper distilling tube as a fitting farewell. Next, the fourth message went to Bellerophon. Unlike the others, he didn't immediately jump at the opportunity, and who could blame him? He was thoroughly enjoying himself, soaring above the clouds on his Pegasus. Yet his joy was short-lived, as Bellerophon soon learned that in addition to kicking, his Pegasus also liked to shout out profound poems in ancient Greek as they flew over towns and villages. Embarrassed, Bellerophon decided that an expedition would be much more agreeable. And this is how Jason quickly gathered his first 45 mighty heroes, the Argonauts. You, of course, are wise enough to know that in ancient Greece, decent heroes not only had mobile phones, but also computers. We know this for a fact, as one of these archaic devices was recently discovered deep underwater, next to Antikythera Island. The world marveled at this example of ancient Greek ingenuity. But we know that it is instead evidence of Bellerophon's Pegasus's uneven temperament and habit of nosediving into herds of comely young mares while his rider was surfing the web. Anyhow, as all great adventures should begin, these 45 heroes downloaded EmbarQ and began working on their route. They saved and compared every possible passage before settling on the one that suited them best. Next, they filled out their detailed schedule, accounting for every hero's interests and desires. Don't forget that every single one of ancient Greece's mighty heroes were noble men and women. No others qualified. Yet, although our heroes were wealthy, they were always careful with money, avoiding unnecessary expenses. After quickly familiarizing themselves with EmbarQ's intuitive interface, they earned colossal discounts on their Argo tickets, and even had a bit of fun while booking. We mustn't forget that thanks to EmbarQ's smart algorithm, our heroes were able to expand their party in minutes, finding fellow heroes who shared their character and interests. As we all know, the more the merrier, and by the end of it all, 45 Argonauts became 99. We're certain that they numbered 99. It's recorded in the annals of EmbarQ's archive. Now, dear friends, this may sound fanciful, but although mobile phones existed in ancient Greece, air conditioners did not. But this was no problem for our heroes. For when the heat became too oppressive, EmbarQ was quick to recommend all the good beaches and hidden landmarks, perfect for cooling down during the hottest hours. The journey wasn't all one long slog. The Argonauts even managed to enjoy some rest and relaxation after disembarking the Argo and descending onto a beach. There they bathed, partied, and some even built sandcastles. We know that during this excursion they discovered an ancient diesel tanker. How? All 99 Argonauts left their names on it. Back then, there were also no fridges, so our heroes had to store their grains and vegetables in sacks in the ship's hold, while livestock roamed freely across the stern. Unsurprisingly, most of this sustenance went untouched. For why cook when Greece offers so many taverns serving delicious meals? Just as it did then, today, EmbarQ will direct you to the highest quality and most agreeably priced taverns in Greece. However, the true distinction between the hero and the common man and woman is not what they eat, drink, or how frequently they bathe, but how many heroic adventures they have had. Thankfully for the Argonauts, EmbarQ prepared a whole host of adventures for them, some of which even featured giants who miraculously possess 6 arms. Sailing onward, thanks to EmbarQ, the Argonauts passed through every planned feat without major incident. They weren't even stopped by the clashing Symplegades rocks, where the goddess Athena was known to stretch her muscles. The deceptive songs of the sirens fell on deaf ears. Thanks to EmbarQ, the Argonauts knew when to wear their headphones, and, let me tell you, there was no way they'd have abandoned an epic rock opera to listen to the melodies of hungry birds. Sailing along the shores of Pontos Exynos, the Argonauts even chanced upon a mysterious ad for a petting zoo. As you may recall, the visit turned out rather nicely. While at the petting zoo, Asclepius even mastered animal tongues. And this makes considerable sense, given the tales of how animals helped him collect herbs in the wild. He must have just asked them politely. Although Luna Park and the Dragon's Teeth was an attraction that the Argonauts had planned on EmbarQ, it was still a shock to everyone when fearsome and extremely angry warriors grew out of the Dragon's Teeth. Thankfully, Medea kept her head and advised Jason to throw a rock into the pile of warriors. Being rather slow, these magical creatures blamed one another for the rock flung, slashing each other to pieces. Finally, after many trials, our heroes stumbled upon the sacred grove of Ares, where they found the golden fleece hanging from a tree. But what of the unsleeping dragon? Medea, the sorceress, wove a spell, sending it straight to sleep. It was really quite convenient that Aphrodite had bewitched her to fall in love with Jason. Who knows how our heroes would have escaped had she not covered the city in Colchis with mist, and charmed its inhabitants into accusing one another of stealing the woolly relic. Funnily enough, though, even now many don't need magic fog to fling false accusations, so perhaps they would have been fine. Our brave heroes overcame every obstacle in their search for the fleece, and they were justly rewarded. On the journey back, the Argonauts visited the island of the Amazons, and every unwed hero found himself a gorgeous bride. Those tough Amazons just couldn't resist the charm of the Argonauts, or allure of the shining golden fleece. Oh, but don't worry about Jason. Although he didn't find an Amazon, Medea left Colchis with him. But what about King Pelaius? Well, upon catching sight of the docking Argo, carrying not just Jason and the golden fleece, but the sorceress Medea and a party of Amazons, he ran straight for the mountains. Although he was evil and cunning, he knew it would be folly to challenge such a powerful group. With Jason's inheritance claimed, our heroes split the journey's spoils. A quarter of the fleece was given to Asclepius to fund the construction of a hospital on the island of Kos, known today as Asclepium. A second quarter was given to Orpheus to finance his singing contest, now popularly known as Eurovision. The remaining half was then divided equally among the rest of adventurers. From there on, Jason sat proudly upon the throne of Iolcus for many years, with his breathtaking sorceress Medea by his side. Not surprising at all, really. But you already knew that every adventure planned in EmbarQ has a happy ending, didn't you? www.embarq.travel